So we start off this rebuild with a bang, or I guess a fizzle, because Logan Hall is kind of a lower overall. But welcome back to another rebuild here on Madden 24, and today it is going to be of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Logan Hall is a star dev with 10k XP. The Buccaneers, a team that obviously when Brady was here, sorry Buccaneers fans, I feel like it's almost like a sour thing to talk about, because it's like, oh, the glory days, but had one of the best, if not the best rosters at the time. You know, everyone was joining, and they had Gronk and AB, and their offensive line was insane, and, well, things are no longer that way. That's, unfortunately, a little bit of the past. Baker Mayfield has done some okay things, though. He's not been bad, but obviously he has some pretty good receiving threats. O-line is a mismatch, right? It's all over the place, right? Wirfs is obviously going to be great no matter where you play him, but they have not really done well of supplying this offensive line with talent. They've just struggled at the offensive line position. Tight end, I feel like they've struggled for a long time, right? It's just, you know, O.J. Howard, that never worked out. And then Gronk came around, and obviously it felt like, you know, it was going to be a bandage fix because he wasn't going to be around that long, but still. And then one of the biggest problems right now is they just can't run the ball. They have not really run the ball well at all. Fournette, you know, for a while was decent, especially in the playoffs, but they just have never been a great rushing team, which you'd think they would be because their pass game was so deadly, but just not really the case. Of course, looking at receivers, I'm done, all right? I'm done fighting it. Mike Evans is elite. I mean, I always said he was elite. I just said he wasn't one of the, like, top 10 wide receivers. The guy is allergic to seasons that are under 1,000 yards. I don't know what... He wins, okay? I don't know what I'm supposed to say. He wins. You know, he wins. That's all I can really say there. Godwin's up and down. You know, when he's on, he's really, really good. And then, you know, he just disappears at times. But let's take a look at the defense now. A unit that, you know, Vita Vea. That's all I can really say. You know, their run defense is apparently pretty good, and I just have to assume it's Vita Vea that's at the root of that. Of course, Logan Hall is now star dev, but is it really a reflectant of real life? Probably not. We're in a rebuild now. Cansey struggled early on, and they definitely need an edge rusher. You know, Shaquille Barrett's decent, but his age is starting to show a bit, and they need an edge rusher. They need a lot of things. You know, quarterback's up there too, but it's kind of a best available position type of team, but edge would be very high on the list, I would assume. Cornerbacks, you know, for a while they had that, like, trio that was, like, pretty good. You know, no one was truly much better than the rest. Jamel Dean's probably the best cornerback on this team now. Winfield is obviously Winfield. He's been really good. And then linebackers, you know, I feel like the whole argument for Devin White was always, man, he's really good at times, but most of the times he's not. And I don't know if you could really live with that at linebacker. I kind of feel like, you know, just don't draft off-ball linebacker in the first round. I think we talked about this maybe late last Madden, but the track record lately is not good. Just don't draft off-ball in the first round. I think that's the new way to do things. Just don't do that. You know, just don't do that. But obviously, looking at this team from a Madden standpoint, how old is Vita Vea? Like 28? 28. Okay. I mean, his ratings are a little bit lower than an 88 overall normally would be. You know, he's got the play rec going, the strength, the awareness, and tackle, which is kind of boosted his overall a little bit. But, you know, a couple of upgrade points, maybe he can stick around for the long haul. I don't know. We definitely need a couple of... Well, maybe not a couple, because you got Logan Hall. Maybe one interior lineman, but that's kind of like okay, I guess we'll take him because they're still there in the fourth round type of deal. But safety wouldn't hurt. Corner for sure, just because... I mean, Carlton Davis's progression chance is pretty low. I can't remember. They did pay him, right? Okay, it's not crazy, though. I think Jamel Dean's the one that has, like, the longer deal, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll have to replace linebacker for sure. Levante David's going to retire soon enough. Edge, you know, Shaquille Barrett needs to be replaced. And then Joe Tryon, I mean, he's kind of a low overall for 24 years old, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. It's mainly on the offense that you need to replace things, you know. 3, maybe 4 offensive linemen, a tight end. Wide receivers in a weird spot because they're kind of on the older side, right? Like Godwin's like 87 overall, but he's 27, so he should be good, but I can't guarantee that. And then Mike Evans is like, 30 now, I would imagine. 30 years old. 89 overall. How hard is he going to regress? Usually these rebuilds go for about 4 seasons, 5 seasons if, the team doesn't really do well. So he definitely could need to be replaced, and a 3 wouldn't hurt. Quarterback, of course, you have to, no matter what Baker does in real life. In game, it's just not going to happen. And then White, I just don't see developing into a number 1 wide receiver, running back in game. But we'll see. Obviously, we've rebuilt teams that are in worse spots than this before, so I feel all right about our chances. And then obviously Ryan Jensen, he's been just injured for 2 seasons now, which is unfortunate because obviously he was really good. As a Packers fan, I know all about it. David Bakhtiari. I mean, looking at his all-pro record, he potentially would have retired as one of the greatest offensive linemen ever. I know it's crazy to think, but kind of factual. Injuries, we hate him. Mike Evans, I mean, they're just not going to let him go. 3-year 51? Yeah, I did not want to do a 4-year, but 3 years is still kind of high. I can't really get rid of Winfield, can I? Okay, so let's take a look at... Levante, even though I love him, and I was kind of lobbying for him to be a superstar / X-Factor for so long, and then finally, when I didn't have the Buccaneers as my franchise team, they decided, hey, maybe he is pretty good, and they decided to do it. I don't know if I can pay him. I think we got to pay the youth of this team, and the youth is Devin White and Antoine Winfield. Even though Devin White might not be like the best clear-cut, like cornerstone guy to go for in the future, in Madden he kind of is. And then Winfield, I've seen worse for his contracts. We're gonna go with a 6-year. I think. Wait, how much is this per year? 13 mil. I mean, we're just hoping he gets a superstar. All right, we're praying for it. 10 mil, we could afford Levante, most likely. Can I do like a lowball 1-year deal? Oh my god, that's really lowball. I mean, I knew it was, we weren't really affording him. Don't try and exploit my passion for this franchise with that lowball offer again. I don't know if he's actually Southern, but, he is now. And speaking of Southern, maybe scroll down the page, leave a like, and subscribe. Obviously, it's a little early to be leaving likes because you might hate the rest of this video. I might do something and you're like, this isn't realistic. Send it away. Even though I haven't actually technically called these realistic rebuilds, even though I tend to make them more that style. Of course, looking at how the Buccaneers are playing this is entirely possible. The Buccaneers roster, or not roster, schedule anyways, excuse me, that wouldn't be a me video without misspeaking, is definitely winnable. They've got some games there that they could easily win any given Sunday. Should they? I don't know. I mean, you always want playoff football. Wow. Okay, so 2 things. 1, 8-9, good enough for the playoffs. 2, losing to the Panthers. 29-0. Yeah, I'm sure this will go well in the playoffs. I'm certain of it. Of course, we'll take a look at the final stretch. Not bad, right? Lost to the Falcons, but beat the Packers, Jaguars, Saints, and then lost to the Panthers. This is a game, as a Packers fan, I kind of worry about a little bit. It's just some teams that your team won't beat. And ever since I've been a Packers fan, I just, I feel like they've just lost to them, which, I mean, I guess it has been a long time, so I don't even know if the history supports that statement, but I just remember, like, one of my, like, oldest memories of the Packers versus the Buccaneers is when the Buccaneers are wearing, like, the old creamsicle uniforms, and they just smoked them. And it just seems like no matter how bad they were any given year, they would just win. So, don't worry about that. I don't know, there's just some voodoo curse. It's just like, it's premature to say it, but Mahomes versus the Packers himself, struggled in like every game he's played against Green Bay. It's just like the Packers versus the Niners. There's just certain teams. Packers versus Seahawks, really. Packers versus the whole damn division, let's be honest. But White, not great, as we expected. Receivers, Mike Evans doesn't get to 1,000 yards, despite the fact that he actually has that in real life already. I did choose the active roster, but obviously that's only up to week 10, so there's 4 weeks of, missing stats. That's kind of ridiculous, though, that he didn't get to 1,000. But O-line was actually really good statistically, but that's just the scheme doing that. We've used the scheme a little bit now. Pass rush is just, oh my lord, it's terrible. Looking at Devin White and company, some interceptions, but not a whole lot. Chase McLaughlin, really good, actually. Camarda, very good, very fast. And then kick return, punt return game. Not usually going to see some touchdowns. 31st in offense. Was that because of the run offense, though? Let's take a look. Passing. No, that's just the whole ass team, I guess. Like bottom 10 passing. and number 2 worst rushing team in the league. The like 6th, 7th worst points per game team. Some of the lowest touchdowns, I imagine, rushing. 9. Passing, not crazy better. Defensively, the most yards, no. Actually, consider the Eagles that high up there. Not the worst, but definitely not the best. But run defense, like real life, actually pretty good. Points per game, points allowed, though. Only 329. We can live with that. Sacks, kind of middle of the pack, I would assume, based on the numbers. And then this kind of stuff doesn't really matter too much. But, yeah, there's some work to do. They're in the playoffs, too, which is definitely a bad thing, especially if they lose the first game, because it's like it was literally only to waste the draft pick. It was nothing positive but a draft pick wasting. And, it doesn't really do a whole lot for us, especially when the team's going to look very different after this season is up. There are going to be a lot of regressions. They're going to be losing the quarterback, and there's some other players we're going to be losing. It's not going to be a good time. Okay, we're going to be back at the quarterback battle, looking for somebody. I would assume a lot of people thought that's what would happen with Baker, but he's actually kind of surprised some people a little bit. Looking at the end of the game, though, I mean, maybe they win this game because Seattle's not the highest overall, but if they actually won a Super Bowl, I'd be shocked. However, we did, once again, recently do a rebuild where we ran the Buccaneers, and they were smoking. They were doing really well, despite the fact that we did not expect them to. And in the fourth quarter, I mean, it's doable. Down 7, it's not great, but it's doable. And the clock is kind of moving, like, really fast. First and goal from the 1, and they get the touchdown, forcing overtime. 4th and 2. I don't want anyone to say I threw if we don't get this, okay? Unless I physically pass the ball. Lol pun. A W pun. Mike Evans, get a block for... Oh my god, what the hell is happening here? What is on my screen? What is here? That's a bad decision. Oh, Godwin. What a catch. I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of predetermined that one. But either way, let's see if the team can get down the field. And they're moving and moving. It's really taking a long time. 4th and 2. Are they going to kick the field goal? I mean, at this point, we've already shown that going for the ball, while not very effective the way it happened, is not a bad decision. Kate Otten wide open. Big fella. First down. If they don't get this, oh my god, I'm not helping them anymore. Oh, don't need to. 27-yarder to Trey Palmer. Touchdown. The defense. That's 3 play. And they win the game. They're moving on to the divisional round. They only needed a couple of conversions from us, but both for 2 yards. So it's not like we converted some insane ones, because we would not have if we had to. Gino was great. Baker was, he was cooking. It wasn't like the most delectable meal, but he cooked enough. It was enough of a cook, just barely done. Yeah, I don't know what to think about this this rebuild so far. The divisional round. Okay, so this is a game we should lose, right? Any given Sunday, in absolute fairness, but this is a game we should lose. Oh, come on, man. Buccaneers versus Eagles isn't primetime football? I don't know what is. No extra point, because, we need clearly everything that can go wrong to go wrong, obviously. 14-6, 17-6. I mean, it's not a convincing game from the Eagles, but it will likely be enough. It is. 27-9, but it was never that big of a blowout or whatever, scoreline, whatever you want to call it. This is going to kind of set us back in this rebuild, I'm not going to lie. But we did get to the divisional round, and wow, that was not a good game from Baker. I don't want to lose Baker because he's actually not bad, but I can't pay him a 3-year $72. There's no damn way. He's like a 1-year 10, 1-year 15 max. Like, I can't pay much more than that, and obviously he's not going to take that. If I can pay it, physically I don't think I can pay much more than that. We got like 10 mil left, and I would like to get Levante David back, but I don't know if that's going to happen either. Let's go to the Super Bowl, see if we got any like surprise dev-ups. Trying to think. Was Kate Otten halfway decent? I don't think so. I don't think the Buccaneers scheme is great for tight ends. Cowboys versus Bills. Who is it? It's the Cowboys. Who would have thought? 11 mil. It did not go up in money, which is definitely painful. Kate Otten did not go up in dev, which is even more painful. And I just paid Mike Evans a 3-year deal, and he just dropped 3 overalls, which is the most painful. Oh, Lord. What have I done? Yeah, we're, okay, maybe we're in a worse spot. I thought maybe he lost an overall or two, but he lost like 3, maybe 4, because he maybe got to 90 right before. I don't know. Then we look over at defense. Maybe there was a normal that went to superstar or to star, but I don't think I see it. I think everyone was the same. And Levante just retired. I guess that makes the decision a tad easier on whether we should re-sign him or not. Let's take a look at the retirements real quick. See if there was anyone else that I'm just like not putting a number on. Maybe Jensen. William Golston, who shockingly, I believe, played his whole career here, which is super rare, like in general. But for a guy that's not like the best, it's really weird. I don't know. They just really loved him, I guess. But Levante David, 12 years, retires. I don't know. Maybe he wanted to retire Buccaneer and knew that we weren't going to re-sign him or couldn't re-sign him. Re-signing, speaking of, though, how much money? Got to be like 20. Please. Somebody. You know, we lost some players here. We have some fallen comrades. Okay, I guess we're just broke as hell. 11 mil, Ryan Neal. He's not bad. But that's it. 5th-year options for Joe Tryon. I don't even know if I want him long-term, though. Or short-term. That's a lot of money. Chase McLaughlin wasn't bad, but that might have been more real life than in-game. Damn, we broke. We losing our quarterback, too? Joe Tryon was pretty crap, right? And he's only got 77 finesse. Like, you can stumble into someone like that in, like, the 5th round. So I think I'm just going to, like, you know, he can stick around, but it's not going to be a 5th-year option or anything. And 1-year 8 is not bad, but I just don't know if I see him progressing. Let's see if we can, release anybody or trade anybody that has a little bit of money tied to them. I don't think we'll be able to, though. Carlton Davis, desperate cornerback team, maybe. Russell Gage, obviously, is a release. And it doesn't really appear. Most of the other ones are just, like, paid-up contracts. If I'm trading off Carlton Davis, though, I need to get some decent return. At least a 3rd, maybe a 2nd, just because his ratings are a little bit better than, you know, his overall states. But I don't know what we're going to get, if anything. An O-lineman wouldn't hurt either. Jonah Jackson, I don't know if that's quite what I'm looking for. Jordan Fuller. Rondale Moore is interesting. But I don't know if I really need a wide receiver that much. I'd rather probably just keep Carlton Davis. I think I'm just going to look for the most desperate cornerback team and try to get a 2nd-round pick off of them. Another problem I'm seeing is that every team makes us look like we are loaded. They make us look like we got cash on hand. Oh, damn. Okay, so the Lions need some cornerage. That 55, is 55 worth it, though? Can I get anything else? Can I get, like, literally, like, anything else? Andrew Norwell. Oh, my lord. Do they have anyone for me that's, like, they don't need them, but they would be pretty big for us? Like, Derek Barnes wouldn't be the worst. Rodriguez wouldn't be the worst, but Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch, I mean, they're not going to get rid of either of those guys. Running back, Montgomery, I don't see why they would get rid of him. Donovan Peoples-Jones is still there. Like, Norwell, I guess, just to have somebody. All right, Andrew Norwell and a 2nd-round pick for Carlton Davis. I mean, corner's now a little bit of a problem, but the problem with Carlton Davis is that he needed a contract, and we really need to get rid of, you know, contracts that aren't going to be long-term, and they're kind of young. Obviously, Norwell's kind of just like a fill-in lineman because we're really in trouble. But, yeah, Carlton Davis's ceiling is low, and he needs a re-signing. That's really all it takes for me to, you know, trade him off, which is, it seems kind of crazy, but that's the way it is. Grant Delpit, superstar development trait, kind of close to the way Neal looked, if I'm not mistaken. Him and Neal kind of similar. 6'3", 6'3", speed's kind of close. Delpit's definitely better. What are his things? He wants a base 3.4. Or no, that's just, he wants a scheme fit. Close to home. I mean, I'm not really sure what you want from me. It's not that far, kind of. We have the number 1 offer on him. I kind of want to offer a little bit more, because this is a guy that is like cornerstone. 5-year 45. We'd have, one of the best duos. Wait, how come it's wait a minute. How come I lost ground on that? I offered him more money. I don't think we're going to get him. I'm just going to be 100% transparent here. I don't believe he will be a Buccaneer. yeah, I just don't see it. I don't see it. Mentor at the position. Did we have a mentor? I wish we could have had a mentor there. That would have probably been enough to put it over the edge. What about Geno Stone? He's kind of slow. Kind of giving me Edwards vibes. I don't know if they want him back. Cornerback. Any names here? Fulton, not really progression-wise. Corner's not the hardest to draft. We definitely need to get somebody to develop them while we wait for like a true good corner to come around or a free agent. Damn, I really shouldn't have traded Carlton Davis, should I have? I mean, I guess a second-round pick will lead to someone. Murray, we need a linebacker. Is he the name? I mean, we're broke, though. That's the problem here, is we just have no money. There's some okay usable players here. I just don't have the money to do anything about it. And then running back was very bad. A.J. Dillon. I mean, maybe some LeGarrette Blount. Maybe some LeGarrette Blount business, perhaps. Not quite as trucky, but it'd be interesting. See him as the premier back. I don't know. He's not really doing well for the Packers, but I'd be down, honestly. I would be. Get some LeGarrette Blount going. Either way, hopefully we get Delpit. 2-year 10. Nothing for Delpit. A 4-year 31. That sucks. 4-year 31 is such a steal for a superstar with great zone. That sucks. 10 mil. Do we have any extra draft picks? I don't remember the Buccaneers making any trades. Yeah, we just have our own draft pick. No 5th round pick, though. All right, I'm really hoping 55 with Detroit is a very good draft pick for us, because obviously we traded, Carlton Davis for him, for it. Definitely need that pick to be good, otherwise I'm going to look so dumb. All right, so we have pick 25 with the Buccaneers. There's a couple of quarterbacks. Nothing insane. We have a 1-2 and a 2-3. The 1-2 definitely does look pretty decent, so I'm probably going to go to 20, and if he's there, I find it hard for me not to trade up a couple of spots and get him. Rodgers is gone, so the Jets would definitely take a quarterback. And then the Falcons, they have Ritter, so he's at least star dev. Maybe they'd be willing to make a trade, right? Maybe. It says quarterback's still a big need of theirs, but maybe. Super future 7th with Laird. I don't want it. Oh, my Lord. Next year 7th with Laird. Oh my, dude. Why are they being so difficult? I know it's interdivisional. Maybe they know we want QB. I don't know. I mean, there's 2 quarterbacks, so they can just take whoever is remaining. I don't really care. Dunn's not actually that bad. I didn't look at the other guys, though. Maybe there are some other ones. Nah, it is really just the 2 that I looked at. Hales, I think, is going to be our guy. Good throw power. I'm pretty sure Dunn was even worse than good, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, it's elite? Wait, since when? Since when? He is 6'6", so it would make sense. Oh, no. I'm going to go Hales. Better chance of dev. And he's hidden. He's also faster. 90 throw power. He's a guy that you would definitely draft pretty damn high in a user league, as he obviously has the speed. I don't think we can trade up. I think we have no choice, and I wonder if we're going to lose the guy that is very interesting. Maybe it's even in the title, because maybe we take him now. Maybe we're future. Oh, he is there. The 6'9" Antonio Reddick. And he's actually pretty athletic. I don't know what to do. I just rhymed like an absolute goon. We have some linemen too. I don't know if they're still there, but look at these guys. 2 to 3s, round 1 talent, round 1 to 2 talent. Now, I don't know how many of the guys we normally would draft have that. Maybe there's a lot of them, and we just don't have them scouted to know. There's also a 6'5" corner with A-man coverage. So there are some interesting players here. Some tall players. And while we need O-line, we could use future wide receiver, and this guy does have like special build written all over him. I think you future-proof with a 6'9", 2 to 3 wide receiver who happens to be hidden. 94 jumping is pretty damn good for a 6'9" wide receiver, but yeah, I thought maybe could have been better. He was like 41 bat. Yeah, 41 vert is actually pretty good. I think with that draft pick, we have almost no choice but to trade down, though. The Cardinals are willing to trade again, but it's not very good. The Lions would be a 4th and a 5th for the future. It's not terrible. Lions, if nothing better comes up. If I can get like 3rd in the, 10 in the 3rd, and then maybe get a 4th, hey, I'm doing it. So they're kind of willing to do this, which, if it costs me a 5th in the future, I suppose I do it. Oh, my Lord, maybe they're not willing to do it. All right, instead we just take that 4th round pick. It's a little bit of a drop off, but I mean we just can't afford to stay where we're at. That 4th round pick might not actually mean anything in the end, but I mean if I still land a lineman here, if that's what I'm gonna go for, I mean I guess we win that trade kind of. What do we need? So we still need edge. Linebacker wouldn't hurt, and there's some options. Lowry, even though he's slower with all those A's, definitely intrigues me. Epstein, he's an edge rusher, I would imagine at that size. Might have to take him just for desperation. Langford's not bad, but I think if I'm going to make a bet on O-line, I'm going to bet on Burbank. So please. Hidden. Okay. We need more than one lineman, but that's okay. That's not bad. Let's move to the next round. Yes, we could trade up to take another lineman, but there was a couple of day 3s there that maybe we get lucky with, hopefully. Okay, they're both still there. I might... There's an F from Burr, but obviously with a B and an A and being a day 3, I kind of have no choice. Let's move to 8. I mean, I just can't be trading up for 4th round picks at this point. You know, maybe extra 4th round picks, but not trading up our 4th round picks to move up slightly. Oh, my lord. Maybe I lied. Pick 25 is so bad. Who is here? Is the corner still there? I might have to take the corner over the lineman. 6'5", 181. He's so slow, though. But once again, special build. And he's hidden, even though he's slow as hell. So we drafted a 6'9" wide receiver and a 6'4" or 6'5" corner in the same draft class. That do be something, though. We need a linebacker, too. We're so screwed. Do we have any linebackers left? It's just Epstein, who's not even a coverage linebacker. Wow, okay. I think we need a lineman. So McDougal and Burr, we keep going until one of them goes away. Oh, McDougal goes so much sooner than I was hoping for. Those day 3s, man. The Bengals, I don't know what we're going to be able to do here, but we need a lineman. Even though he's got the F run block, I've seen a lot of those guys be hidden. 6th round pick I kind of want to keep. What the hell do we do here? Do we have any depth anywhere? Anywhere at all? What about this guy, actually? What about him? 4th round pick. Is he worth a 4th round? Okay, apparently he's worth a 4th round. 24, 70 overall. I don't know if I see it. Maybe. I guess they need, like, quote-unquote provens. I don't know how fast he was. Maybe we can make the argument there. There's some other options, like Harvin's, like a good nose tackle. A safety and Weary. We need a safety. At least he's got, like, potential, supposedly, because he's young, but... Brian Burr, please. Yes. Worth it. Worth it. Now we have another, like, you know, maybe we have some linemen we can maybe trade off now because of that. So, we'll see. You know, we're building something. I don't know what it's going to be, but... Wait, are they all gone? Okay, it's not great, but they're at least not all gone. Maybe I go with Warmack instead. Good speed, good excel. What about Weary? If Weary's slow as hell, I'm just going to go Warmack, I think. He's okay speed. I think I go Warmack and play him at safety. Let's see what we got. Normal dev. 92 speed, 92 jumping, 91 excel. Not the lightest of corners. And then I think with this pick, is it possible for me to trade up with the Niners to grab that edge rusher? I don't know if he's going to be anything for us, but I mean, I'm willing to know. What about trading off... Man, this is a decision. This is a decision to give them Joe Tryon. Wrong scheme, but they can just make it work, however. If they're willing to do this, I'm down. Oh, they're broke. Can we take on your dog crap contract? I don't know who it is, but it's got to be someone. Brendel? They're still losing because he's got some sort of guarantee in there, I suppose. I mean, I'm literally not tied to any player. You know, if they're going to give me some draft picks, and I don't believe they have the long-term ability on this team, I'm going to do it. This is the most I've traded, like, actual players. Hey, we'll take that. A 3rd next and a 4th this for Joe Tryon. Definitely usable. Maybe he still has a chance, but, I mean, I'm fine. You can have him. Of course, this could be a huge L, because he doesn't, you know, he's not guaranteed, and he's not the most athletic, but I'm just willing to reset at the position. Oh! I don't draft late often. I don't know if it'll actually be anything for us, but hidden dev. I literally just looked at all Bs for at least a power or finesse. I had a couple of those guys. I had the outside linebacker Epstein. I want to see what he was like because, you know, he was a little bit more of a scheme fit for us, but okay. I mean, desperation calls, and sometimes it picks up. It answers. We don't really need a fullback. 6th-round fullback's also pretty high, but if there's someone here, that's a wide receiver. There is nobody here. Is this like normal? I'm going to trade this down for next year. Maybe we get a 5th off of it. I highly doubt it, but maybe someone's desperate. Build up the draft pick slightly for next year, even though I would imagine we've actually probably done the opposite. 5th, 2015, 2025, please? No? I'm not. Okay, sure, you can have it. At least when we made that trade up for the quarterback, that he wasn't used for this 3rd round next year. I didn't want to get rid of the 3rd next year because I felt like that 3rd next year is a likely... Oh, okay, so these overalls are not the best, but that 3rd round next year has a likelier chance to be like a higher pick than this year's one, obviously. Hale's, pretty good accuracy, actually. We're number 17. I don't know what quarterback number I want here. Like 7? I don't know. 6, 4th. We're kind of limited. 9, why not? Dev? Okay, star. I got to compare him to Dunn. Dunn was definitely a little bit later. Reddick, 6'9". I don't know what to do with him yet. How old was he? 22? Maybe I sold. Okay, maybe I sold. What can I tell you? But he's 6'9". That's the highest, the tallest wide receiver I've drafted. Take a look what his dev is. I'm not going to lie, I was really hoping for Superstar. That's kind of the main reason why I took him. What do we have in the, not single digits, 11, 17 or 11? I think 11 looks pretty good. We'll go with 11. Burbank in the center and all those. Those are linemen. I do have to change their position, so I guess we'll actually look at him. Still is very slow, but he's got great man coverage, and his press is not bad. Let's take a look at what his dev is. Maybe he's a special build. I'm hoping, but either way, he's number 2 no matter what. Dev. Okay, yes. All right, Reddick, I was hoping would have been the superstar more than anyone because corner's a lot easier to draft, but hey, we landed someone. Let's go switch over to Dawson now, who's, I would guarantee, he's pretty raw, but I would guarantee that he is star dev, but yeah, just don't know. Where number 65 is disgusting. What number looks better? 55, I guess. Oh! Okay! Yeah, that's a pretty good draft pick. I'm going to compare him to Epstein, and I imagine he's going to be nowhere near as good as that. Good catching, good zone coverage as expected. Press is a bit higher than expected. High hit power for a corner. I guess this is a fair strong safety. Don't know if he'll ever be anything for us, but even though the team is far from fixed, we did get some players that hey, they can start, right? 70 overall strong safety. I've had worse. I've done worse. Burbank's going to be left guard, I imagine. What's his height? Can't really play tackle. But right now we're kind of lacking. Star dev, kind of expected it. Left. We're not even switching him, so I'm not even sure why I even checked him. But Burr, he is 6'4", but he is kind of light for tackle. I might still just put him at tackle anyways. Maybe he's superstar. Give me an argument. Give me an argument. Nope. Let's take a look at two things. The quarterback, of course. We want to take a look at him. Number 4 overall for that quarterback. What am I doing here? I want to look at quarterbacks. Done all the way in the 3rd round. 69 overall is pretty low, but hidden. The Cardinals still land a quarterback. 96 throw power, higher than star, and we absolutely sold. Dev is star. He's still probably better than our guy. I was just hoping for the dev, and I guess both of them had dev. When would he have went? Epstein would have been like a 4th round pick, right? Not there. There he is, Epstein. 70 overall. Normal dev. Yeah, he is kind of the better, base player. But the guy we got is obviously superstar, and that is beyond, what I could have expected. We had a couple of other DNs. I can't remember what. Oh, here's one for sure. Hambrick. Normal dev, 21. Very slow, but once again, I was desperate. I was desperate as hell, and we got insanely lucky. Once again, I really wish that wide receiver was superstar, but I cannot complain with what we landed. Quarterback, Dunn was probably the better player, and they got him so much later. If we would have known he was going to go pick 4 in the 3rd round and traded 25 down to that, we would have landed even more starters. But once again, considering where we were and how desperate we are with some of the picks, we landed some pretty good players. And obviously the team still has some developing to do, but might be able to trade some extra players off and see where we're at. We definitely need a tight end. I had one in the draft, but he's like, 84 to 86 speed range, and it wasn't a lot going on there. Maybe we actually move over Burbank to right guard. Norwell plays starter this year, and then Mauk, in real life maybe has a chance, but in game, 24 years old, I think he was 68 overall, 69 overall. That's really hard to start from, right? He's so raw. Maybe I even trade him off soon. I know they drafted him semi-high, but there's not much I can do with someone that's starting off that late, It's just tough, but at least we got a couple of starting level players. We still need another linebacker on the outside. We could still maybe even use a left out, because even though Dawson's superstar, we've seen it where it doesn't matter what you are. Sometimes you're just destined to suck, and we just don't get numbers out of players. So raw as hell, but we have at least some youth at a lot of the positions now, rather than just super old dudes that aren't going to dev. All right, the Season 2, technically Season 1 roster has a bunch of new names on it, a bunch of new hidden names on top of that, and it's going to have Godwin at the number 3 spot. I think in the slot is actually not a bad spot for him, obviously. And in general, 6'9" is a little bit too tall for the slot. So Reddick needs to start because he has potential to be that number 1 for us down the line. And maybe even like a Hall of Famer, right? Because he looks like he has potential to be that guy. And if you're that guy at 6'9", you're going to get extra eyes on you, right? Of course, looking at the offensive line, kind of improved it. It's not worse than when it started, obviously, when Jensen back. Dylan, I don't really see him as an actual starter often, so maybe he kills it with us. Once again, the Buccaneers in the past have had success with the bigger power back running back, so we'll see. We'll see. Defensively, I did end up trading for Christian Harris. I don't think he's a long-term option, but he's better than what we had, I suppose, because he's pretty damn athletic, and he's still young. I ended up trading Russell Gage straight up for him, so there's that. And the rest, a lot of low overalls, but once again, at least they're young. I gotta say, this has been a hell of an up and down season. I left the re-signings a little late, but we do have a lot of money just out of nowhere. I don't know where this came from, but I'm absolutely happy by it. Wirf's little costly. How much is he wanting? He's wanting a lot. You're not really saving much by doing this, but a 7-year 200 looks pretty sick for a lineman, but worth it, I suppose. Basically going to be a 99 overall. Godwin, we kind of just seen what happens with Evans, but I'm willing to do like a 2-year 40, so we'll probably go up to a 2-year 40 with him. It's going to be a 4-year 70 something anyways if we were going to go for the 4-year, but see if we can get a 2-year 40 just because I don't want to lock in as long. Jensen, I think he'll be fine for another season, even though in real life, I don't even know if he'll play again. Like back-to-back seasons being injured, linemen, tough injuries to come back from. We'll see, but in-game, he's usable. And then Evan McPherson was, for some reason, a free agent all the way through the open bids and the actual off-season, pickups where you don't have to pay, a crazy amount. You just pay a fixed price. He's not really playing that well, though. So do I really want him just because he's a superstar? Kinda, but I don't know. I guess we just hope that he gets better. 4-year 18, why not? And somehow we go 11-6. The reason why I'm saying somehow is because the start of the season was not promising at all. 1-4 to start. I didn't change anything. I was like, you know what? We're just a low overall team. It happens, right? 42-3, though. That's kind of crazy. And then just a crazy win streak. The Buccaneers have given me some success in the past with the offense, so I kept it out, and, it paid off. The patience paid off as Hales... A lot of interceptions. I'm hoping there was no other NFC quarterbacks. I'm trying to think, where did Dunn go? I already forgot. Dylan! Okay. Okay. Maybe the power back works. Please be superstar, though. Evans just... Bare minimum, huh? He's just going to give us right on 1,000. Reddick was pretty good. Godwin was all right. Kate Otten probably need a new tight end, but I think the scheme's just going to make it where the tight end sucks no matter what. Barrett cooked. 9.5 for Vea is great. Dawson, 7.5 is not bad. Wish Barrett was younger, but what can you do? McPherson missed 4 kicks. Camarda, not bad, but not great either. Not to 50 yards per punt, but at least we didn't have any blocks there. Mahomes was MVP. We should have at least won like a rookie. Oh. Okay, so Hales was number 3 anyway, so we'll take Rookie of the Year for the wide receiver. We will absolutely take it. Another really tough position to develop, kind of up there. We don't mind it. Number 5, maybe even a Pro Bowler, very close to, if not. Jensen almost won Rookie of the Year or Offensive Lineman of the Year. Vea at number 8. Barrett, best linebacker. I don't know if that's X Factor, but probably will be. But once again, I don't know what that does for us because he's so old. He can't really progress. But I always want to keep around players that are performing. So if he's still performing, no matter how old he is or how bad he is, I'm going to keep him on the team. Anthony DeLong is a linebacker, and they grabbed an X Factor out the gate. That is wild. Come on, it's Washington. Nice start. 7-0, 7-3. Really, that is a long drive for no points. Not even a field goal. Maybe it was such a long drive that we're like, we got to score a touchdown. It just took too long not to. And just like that, it's all tied up at 14. We're up by 7 again, though. Commanders get 3. A touchdown would win it. And we will win it 28-17. Not the most convincing win in the world since the Commanders are, kind of on the up and coming rather than ready to go. Hales was, good enough, right? Pretty good. Howell was, through interception. Dylan, over 4 yards per carry. We love to see it. I almost never bet on Dylan, yet he's doing well for us. I got to say, even if it's just a one-year thing, that is a hell of a pickup. All right, divisional round. It's probably going to be, I was about to say, it's going to probably be a team like the Cowboys, and we're just going to hit that wall. But hey, back to the divisional round again. The Buccaneers can't lose, except for when it becomes the divisional round. Then they can lose 24-7. Can we pull off the upset? Good defensive stop. We don't get anything. Another good defensive stop. We get 7. They drive down for nothing. Defense is doing well. It's just the offense is not really sustaining drives. 7-3 at halftime. You can't ask for much better than that if you're the offense. 10-3. 17-3. No! And of course they get it right at the end. Whose ball is it? It's ours. Running the ball hard here, but it's working. I can't complain. Up by 7. Can the defense make a stop? They cannot, but a touchdown or a field goal wins it. And 3rd and 6. I don't want to be a part of this. I just want the rewards of winning without the pain of being the reason we lose. We really don't have the best open fielders. The rookie of the year, he is huge, though. He is huge. Rookie of the year, thrown from the 3rd rookie of the year runner-up guy. I don't know. Come on, don't sell. Looking pretty good. They sold. They actually... Did they miss the field goal? What happened? What happened? He missed! 36-yard chip shot! Nah, dude. I'm sorry, but you know how they're like, oh, well, it's a team game and missing the field goal, if we did our job better during the race. Nah, dude. Okay, in fairness, though. In fairness. Giving up 6 sacks, it kind of isn't just the kicker's fault. It's also kind of Brian Burr's fault for being absolutely ass. But a 36-yard field goal to make it to the championship round, and he misses. How can you be that ass? It is impossible, literally, to be that ass. It is actually impossible. Yet he is that ass, and I paid him a 4-year deal. How? I mean, the Cowboys are in the Super Bowl. That's debatably our spot. They just won a Super Bowl last year, 31-17 or to 7, and they win this one. We had the Super Bowl champions with their pants down to their ankles, and we gave them a belt. I mean, that's just insane, dude. How could you be that garbage? Reddick goes up. We need a new tight end. I think Dylan doesn't go up in dev. That is ridiculous. 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns for a power back. Evans is basically just like a bot at this rate, but I don't know what you want me to do. He can't play the slot, and we have him for another, 2 years? 1 year minimum? I will say Reddick got up pretty nicely. What is his, lackings? Release? I think physical is actually probably the best for, just for him in general, because he's huge, but for release, which he gets +3 in the green now, which is not bad at all. Defensively, any dev-ups? Dawson's already superstar. White goes to superstar. Vea goes to X Factor, which is massive. And then Barrett goes to X Factor. Warmack not to star. And then nobody else goes to dev, which is a little bit of an L. Especially, though, Dylan. I mean, we're going to be constantly looking for new running backs because you usually need someone that's on the higher overall end. But just like Shaquille Barrett, you know, it's going to come down to if they're performing. If they're performing, I'm not going to replace them. I'm going to be looking at replacements, and if there's one there, I kind of have no choice because they're tough positions to draft and develop, but, you know, that's really the plan. I never finished this contract either. I really don't want to. I guess the tag wouldn't be crazy bad. Nah, it would be pretty bad. You would like to play for a new team. This is going to be like 30. I don't know if I can pay 30. I might have just sold. Oh, no. That's not good. 1 year 8 for Shaquille. That is a bit of an L. I was going to pay 20 mil per, so I guess 30 mil per is fine. Whatever. Not a fan, but 30 mil. I am keeping my wide receiver. All right, Zach Martin's there. Nick Chubb is an interesting name. Hufanga, we could use a safety, but I'm not paying that much money for a safety. That's just crazy. Amari Cooper, I just think we're past that point. We just have too many wide receivers. They're not very young or even that high of overalls anymore. But I think we're past that. Newsome, I think we're past that as well with Jamel Dean. And, yeah, linebacker wouldn't hurt. Chubb is interesting. He's asking for 15 per over 3. I mean, Dylan was good. But will that happen again? I don't know. I can't guarantee that. It's a lot of money for a running back, but it's a running back that, of all the running backs, would last the longest. I can't pay much more than I just offered, though. I think I offered a 3 or 51. That's a lot of money for a running back, so that's kind of my max. Tight end, I didn't really see anyone. David Njoku, he's not really much of an upgrade over Otten, and obviously his ceiling is, like, completely reached. O-line, I don't want to overpay for a free agent O-lineman. We're okay at that spot, even though Burr was awful in the Super Bowl. Any other positions? We're kind of looking for interior, but I think we're fine. Edge, for sure. What about Judon? I mean, we don't really need edge over Barrett. Just, if we're going to go for anyone, it's going to have to be someone that's young that can play after Barrett's gone the following season. If we let him go, that is. Cornerback, I think we're fine. Safety, we could definitely use help, but like I said, I am not paying Hufanga, so I think that's really it. Just going to try to get Chubb, but not pay too much. I mean, it's too much. Ooh, we actually got him. I have offered for Chubb a billion times, and for the first time in ever, I got him. I actually got him. He's obviously regressing, and it's going to only get worse, but that yards per carry can't be wrong. I have to have him. I have to have him. We have Dylan as the backup, 2 power backs that are just going to be, like, impossible to stop. We just have to really just get some edge, I think. Edge rush and maybe a safety. Looking at the squad, left guard wouldn't hurt, though, because Mauk is just, he's something. Burr maybe moves back over to guard, tight end. So 1 O-lineman, maybe a tight end, and a safety linebacker. I think we can pull that off. Maybe. The edge is probably going to be the hardest one, though. All right, we're getting some trade offers here. A 5th and a 6th with a wide receiver. Why the hell not? I really just want the 5th and a 6th. I don't even see what year they were, but I'm down. All right, so we have pick 26. There's a couple of edge rushers, but they're all like 1 to 2s. I think one of them was a round 1, so I'm going to be honest. It's unlikely a route I go anyways, but edge, I think, is the biggest thing. Even though we don't really need one this season, you know, if there's ever a chance, I'm going to take one. Was Hendricks one of my guys, actually? I have Hendricks, but I doubt he was all the way up there. He's a 1 to 2. But hoping that somebody's there in a reasonable range, you know, if like back-to-back go and I'm down to 1, I don't think I could trade all the way up here. But so far, so good, I will say. See, here's the situation. Kramer is definitely really good. And then it's Crompton. And I don't know if Crompton's good enough. He's fast enough and he's huge, but both of these guys are outside linebackers. Kramer fits that a little bit better. I mean, I like Kramer more, but pick 16. The problem is, well, I guess Crompton's a 2 to 3, but the problem is if Kramer goes like right here, you know, like we kind of have to get all the way up here. I maybe go to 20 for him. Oh, I thought it was him. I guess I trade up to Washington 6 spots. All right, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a first round next year, a third round next year to move up 6 spots from 26 to 25, or to 20, anyways. This trade is a lot as well. That's crazy. They think it's worth that much. That's insane, bro. It's almost going for a simple third. Actually off their rockers. That's crazy what they think he's worth. They think that pick's worth that much. That's wildin'. They wildin'. Mauk, maybe I can get rid of the 5th. Okay, I mean, kind of. I just don't think at his age he's just worth starting anymore. I mean, he's just... It was never going to happen, let's be honest, right? Let's just not lie to ourselves. So we trade this for that, basically. Move up 6 spots to grab an edge rusher that we're not even going to start right away, but... Once again, I think it's worth it. Unless he's normal, then I really don't know what to think. He's 21 as well, which is really good. Please be hidden. Nice. Hidden development trade. 81 speed, 81 excel, 84 strength. You know, he's not the fastest guy in the world. You know, giving me Preston Smith vibes, but that's not a bad thing. And we do have a really solid-looking corner or 2 in Claiborne and Leno. I'm going to take a look at Jamel Dean and see what his overall is. I don't think I can trade up that high, though, to grab a cornerback. I just don't think that's viable. Well, I will say, Jamel Dean's is, like, ceiling. I mean, he's not bad, but it's not great. It really isn't. I think it comes down to how far either of them fall, if they do. Claiborne at 25. I mean, if Leno's there in the second round to start, I'll go for him, but I just think it would cost way too much. Like, we would lose all of the other positions we need. Would I be willing to give him a first round next year, though? How old? If Leno's 21, I might have to actually seriously consider it. Is that quarterback just ass? What is this? Like, is he not good? I mean, I don't know, but I see B's and A's. I'm just saying. But Leno, I mean, we don't know what that man coverage is. He might actually suck, but very good speed, 6'4". We'd have a 6'4" and a 6'5" corner, which would be pretty good. Be pretty good. I think I try. I don't know what it'll take, but I try. Oh, that is very interesting that you mentioned that. That is very interesting that you mentioned Mr. Jamel Dean. That is something. That is definitely something. Which Jamel Dean's contract situation probably needs one like this season. 3 out of 4, so he is here a little bit longer. I think I might be willing to do that trade. I kind of wish I would have done it for pick 32 so I could get the 5th year. But they are making a compelling argument here. Higher ceiling, probably, for whoever we're going for. I wish it was Claiborne that was there because this would feel a little bit easier to do. I'm doing it. Jamel Dean. Damn, son. The risk. The risk. Oh, 6'4", 6'5" corners. Please tell me this is a good decision. Tell me I did not sell. Got an A press as well, a B zone. Athleticism's good enough. Patrick Leno. And he is hidden. I've seen a lot of normals. I think that was a good call. Or is it 26 in the second round? I would love to get Thorne. This guy looks really good. But he's a nose tackle. Do I make a play for a nose tackle? I don't know. We need a linebacker for sure. Safety is on the mind. Ooh, Jason Rachel. An actual tackle. Oh, Saunders, though. Saunders looks like a can't miss. I need a tight end, too. I can't go for, what is it called? I can't go for the DT, even though he looks insane. O-line, though. I think we need a tight end the most, but I don't know who the best is. I try to scout more. I think Glenn Little's the best. How fast was he? Oh, he's slower than I thought. What about Portis? He's not even that fast either. He's got the acceleration thing going for him. Hicks, the fastest, but everyone's got crap excel. Do I sell and take Saunders? He's on a sell because he's really solid looking. I'm taking Saunders. Thank you, Jesus. Bunch of A's and a B in there. Let's move on to the next pick. I could have probably traded up, but I'm going to be honest with you. Impatience got the best of me right there. I could not be bothered. Tell me there's a linebacker. There's 2. Bellamy kind of looks decent, though. What other position? Oh, my God. All the tight ends are gone. I sold beyond belief. Oh, no. Do I take Bellamy? We need an actual inside linebacker. 4'6" with great. Straight is 4. Yeah, he's better. He's also a middle linebacker and hidden. I am genuinely surprised, though, that that's what happened. Boston, Young, and Steele. The tight ends all gone. I don't know if this is an overtrade, but 4, 5, and 7 for the third-round pick from the Jaguars to take the final lineman that is remaining. We got younger in certain spots. Traded Jamel Dean for this corner, who I'm hoping is solid, to say the least. Do I actually take the risk on this guy, or do I take Bellamy? Nah, I'm going to take this guy. Nice, hidden. Taking the linebacker would just be depth, unless we end up changing to a 4-3. I mean, I think we did pretty well for ourselves. I would like to see the tight ends, but I don't know if it actually matters, because once again, we didn't land any of them, and we're still looking for our own option at tight end. Might just find a team that has multiple tight ends. See if any of the teams that just took one had one that's already pretty good. So right end is 74. The corner is a bit of a drop-off. It is a full 10 overalls. However, yeah, he's pretty good. I mean, we don't know what the dev is. I've seen Superstar. Expecting star, but I've seen Superstar. And it's not going to be this time, though. Usually it is for these 6'4 plus corners. Usually it is star or normal. So we didn't get normal. Kramer, pretty good power move. Block shed's pretty good. Acceleration, speed, not the best. Definitely not the fastest. But is it right out we need? I think it's right out we need. He'll be the future right out. Sadly, only star, but it is what it is. O-line, left guard. I don't know where any of those guys are playing, but let's take a look at the middle linebackers. He is the only other guy starting of the people we just looked at, so don't know what he's going to be. Could be Superstar, though. And he is. Nice. Okay, fair enough. Let's change into something in the 50s, probably. I imagine. 54, no. 53. All right, time to check out those tight ends. Little, Portis, and then where's the last one? Hicks was a 76. Glenn Little, hidden development trait. Slower than once again, I thought, because I saw that left side, and I mean, I definitely would have taken him still, though. Oh, he was an X factor. He was, in fairness, if I had a choice of the 3, I would not have taken him first, so I would have never had him no matter what. Portis, this would have been a guy that I would probably been like right after that. I'd be like, okay, maybe I'll do this. I'll probably wait for Hicks, though. Hicks is probably the guy I would have ended up. No shot. There was 2 third-round X-Factor tight ends. Hicks is also hidden. Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me he was an X-Factor as well. No shot! I have never seen that. 3 X-Factor tight ends in the same round. What if every tight end was X-Factor? There's no way. 3 of them, though. Star Dev. Yeah, skipping to the next round was definitely a sell, or to 26 anyways. I got impatient, and I kind of lost myself there for a moment. All right, the Eagles kind of get their return on investment. They ended up drafting Woodley a year ago, pick 30 in the second round. For some reason, he's a Star Dev 85 speed tight end. We ended up giving them a 2nd and a 5th, which is costly, but that's a kind of pick that I probably would have used on tight end anyways. They still obviously have Goddard, kind of future-proofing, but 30-year-old superstar, he's still fine. He's obviously, though, he being Woodley, is going to be our starter going forward. He's a bit raw for some of the ratings, like release and whatnot, but, I mean, I feel like this is the type of guy that I would likely land in the draft in the late 3rd, or late 2nd, early 3rd, so knock that out right now and have them developing instead of sitting back up for the Eagles. Is it Season 3? Is it technically Season 2? Who the hell knows, but squad is looking a little iffy because we have Mike Evans, who's an 84 overall, playing the slot spot now. I mean, he's such a low overall. I don't know what to do. Godwin's technically in the slot, but I don't know, dude. I just want the highest overalls playing. Woodley's new. Nick Chubb's obviously new. He should hopefully be at least a 90 still after the season's over. So 2 seasons of truly elite running back play. I'm going to feel a little dumb, though, if he's like not much better than Dylan, but I suspect he will be. New left guard. We have the center position already figured out for the future. Just hope Burr keeps getting better because he had a really bad playoff game against the Cowboys. And then a bunch of hit-ins on defense. And as much as Barrett is very good and probably is still technically our best pass rusher, winning Rookie of the Year with that pass rusher on defense would be game-changingly big. So I think I have to risk, him starting, which could cuck us of the playoffs because Barrett, he puts up a lot of sack numbers. 127 mil and an iffy season to boot. How good is Logan Hall? He's 25 now. 80 power move. How well has he played? 3 is his best year yet. Plays interiors. I mean, it is tough to put up numbers. 3 or 24. It's not bad. It's not bad. Even as a backup, if he has to be, it's not bad. White, I think you want that backup money. I mean, it's not bad. 3 years, 13. Even though Dylan's proven more, it's going to be a harder sell. And then Otten. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Sorry, dude. Jensen's probably going to retire. And then Christian Harris, as I thought, just really wasn't anything for us. Another kind of crazy season as we finished 12-5, but we start the season off insanely weak. Don't know how, well, maybe not insanely weak, but you can see here, we have more losses than we have wins, and then we turn it around and win like every single game. Still on the Buccaneers offense. I've had the Pittsburgh Steelers defense on since like middle of that first season or late of that first season, I suppose, because we started off in the middle, but take a look at the numbers. I don't know how Hales is playing. I mean, he's still pretty low. Chubb, really good, though, obviously. Worth every penny. Godwin, not bad. Maybe gets the X Factor. Reddick was okay. Evans was pretty good for the slot. Woodley, you're not going to get much from that. I don't want to change the scheme because it's working. But I would like some better numbers, in fairness. Defensively, Barrett he's a god. Literally didn't even play as the starter, technically. He played a lot of snaps, in fairness. But Kramer was technically the starter who had 1 whole sack. I don't understand why, but sure. Pass rush is just going to be terrible once he's gone. Let's take a look at any award wins we might have had, which, unless I'm forgetting someone straight, I guess a lot of tackles for him. Rookie of the Year will take. Chubb, best running back. That actually makes sense. And then nothing else. For the Niners, who are surprisingly only 9-8. We are an 86 overall. They are an 88 overall. So they have us on overall, but not win-loss. So do we just have the juice and they don't? Let's find out. All right, going to the end of the game, 6-0. Extra point missed. I really just don't like Evan. He's just selling so much. We're down. We would have had an extra point. The field goal ties it. Obviously, we get the touchdown. The field goal still ties it again. Okay, obviously, we get the touchdown. Field goal ties it again. And they probably should have had the tie because of our crap extra point kicker. But apparently, they didn't get it. I don't know if they just missed the field goal. What's the word? But Hales finally doing well. Very good percentage with the touchdowns. Chubb wasn't great, but what can you do about it? Godwin was pretty good. Reddick, not bad. Defensively, a couple of sacks. Autry even got involved. Leno with an interception. Kicker, our guy missed an extra point that could have lost us the game. All right, who's going to be the divisional? The Rams, definitely the most winnable or beatable team we've had so far. A couple of divisional round matchups now, and just haven't been able to get past it. Could it at least be the year that we head to the championship round? It's tied up. The Rams are putting up some points, actually. 14 all. And a huge field goal before half. Safety? Okay, 19-14, 26-14. Defense is doing some work. Offense giving them a short field to work with, though. And the defense holding up their end of the bargain. And the team barely winning 26-21. A little bit of back and forth. Jordan Love is their quarterback now. 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions for Hales. Whereas Love threw that interception, which was all the difference, it seems. Maybe even was that interception right at the end, because it kind of seemed like, they were in position to score, and just out of nowhere, they didn't. Khalil Mack is a Ram. Warmack with an interception. He actually had a breakout chance this season. Didn't get it. That would have been so clutch. Got to monitor that safety position now, because, he's kind of selling his opportunity to develop a little bit. All right, championship round. Please not be the Cowboys. Please don't be the Cowboys. The Cowboys! How are you? It's been so long since we've spoken on the phone. They obviously had the bye week. Beat the Lions 21-0. This'll be fun. All right, Buccaneers versus the Cowboys. Both actually same over. Was that 86 for them or was that 89? I don't know, but we have a chance. We are the Buccaneers, damn it. We can win. And it's Baltimore waiting. Not that it's a walk in the park, but if you have to choose between the Baltimore Ravens or the Kansas City Chiefs in sim, I mean, is it really even an argument? Just like they're looking at us like, would you rather have the Buccaneers or the Cowboys in sim? Is it really much of an argument? I think it's pretty obvious you'd rather play us. 7-12, not terrible. But that's when it gets bad. No, defense is holding up, but the offense is doing literally nothing. I mean, there's not much a defense can do when this is what your offense looks like. They do get the conversion, so there's still chance. Down by 8. Do get the stop, and they will punt it, surprisingly. Only needing 1, and, I mean, just nothing, punt. Like, you can't have that. Like, you're just not a good coach. You can't be doing that. I don't really even like Flood, to be honest. Woodley might be my main look here. Reddick running the underneath. Godwin. And bumped a little bit. Catches it. I have no idea why the play ended so quickly. It felt like he could have gotten up, but hey, you know what? He got the first down, apparently. That's all I asked. I was just worried that he fell short and just incompletion after incomplete. Like, we're going back. Like, we're running the ball. What was it, like 2nd and 16? They ran the ball? All right, 4th and 21, because I was looking for a play and kind of sold, but here we are. I mean, you got to go to the 6'9", who gets just bumped out of the way. I mean, you wanna hit the weight room or what? Well, it's gonna be a miracle, which I highly doubt they stop. Yeah, instantly. Yikes! Garbage offense. Garbage offense. Garbage offense. Hale sold. Godwin had some plays. Didn't even get the contract for Godwin. Still can't block Parsons. 2 interceptions for them, and a GG on the season. Dallas going for the 3-peat potentially, and they do, of course. Offensively, no dev up for Godwin. Mike Evans, is he possibly tradable? Perhaps. Maybe. I mean, you save $2 million. If you get like a third off of him or something, that would be pretty cool. And then defensively, any dev ups? Straight was already superstar, right? So no dev up there. No dev up for Leno, but that's all right because he's an 80 overall. Warmack, actually. Did he go up to star? My mans. Okay, it's been a while. Usually safety doesn't... I don't get end-of-season dev-ups for those guys. Safety is tough to develop in game, but fair enough. We might have some re-signings, but outside of maybe tagging Godwin again, which... I mean, considering it's quite a bit of money, right? Is he a 30 mil per year type wide receiver? Probably not at this point. So getting that 30 mil is pretty good. Oh... What does he want? He wants a 3-year 41. Surely he accepts a 2-year 36. There you go. Finally, we don't have to like just cheese him. 5th-year option, I think it's worth just waiting and hoping that he's even cheaper than that. And everyone else is a backup. Actually, the punter. Free agency, Bland. What kind of like, I mean, we just got our guy to star, but what kind of ability does he have for the old... safety edge? 91 zone is quite a bit of zone. Warmack the backup, question mark? Warmack the backup, question mark? 3 or 42 for a strong safety that's probably like 88 overall would not be bad. That wouldn't be half bad, I'm just saying. You know, Hofanga wanted like a 6-year, 20 per year. This would be cheaper. Don't think we're going to get him anyways. Ferguson. I actually seen him when I was trying to look for a potential loose tight end that I could bring on. That's what? How does that even make any sense that I somehow said that? Gotta have that loose end. Don't know what other positions we need. Edge is questionable because Kramer was awful, but I mean, you gotta let him have a chance at least. Huff's okay. There's a couple of decent names here, but overall, I think it would just be that safety, cornerback to safety at least. And, I mean, maybe Ferguson, but I don't think it really matters. I really don't. Unless he had like a really good season. I don't think it's worth it. I mean, that's good, but it's not, like, really good. So we are going to hope to get Bland, and that's really all I've got. And we don't get him. Sweet. What did he accept? Probably like a 2-year, $1 million deal, huh? What the hell is he? Oh, wait, he didn't sign yet. Okay. I felt pretty sad when we didn't have him, so I will, bump this up because I want him. I don't think it's going to matter, though. We're not going to get to that green. Yeah, whatever. That's the highest I'm going. He ended up taking a 3-year 38. We offered, I mean, I would imagine like a 3-year 50-something, so pretty cool. If the Vikings are willing to give me Kenneth Murray, who was just signed in free agency recently enough, I'll take the depth at linebacker when Mike Evans at this point is just, he's just kind of being wasted. He's being wasted here. We have 2 wide receivers that are much better than that. We can draft another to potentially replace Godwin and learn while he's, still a backup. And running back, Chubb went down. How many overalls? A few, probably about 4 or 5, but once again, still going to be above 90. Even after this season might be close to above 90, so worth that 3-year we gave him, without a doubt. We have pick 29. I'm kind of thinking of future-proof in the DT spot. We've got a couple of guys that are, kind of getting up there, mainly Vea, but Logan, I don't know, maybe. Maybe we replace him because he's not really progressing that well. Who's that? A tackle for Saunders. Saunders, I think, is actually on my list. He is 1 to 2. Might even be the guy I take. We also have Thompson. I don't know who is the best. You got a couple of A's in here, like Springs, but he's kind of like in between. We have a safety who did not look as good as I thought he would. I scouted him further. It did not really work out. Swift, the tight end. I mean, I think we're fine at tight end now after the trade with the Eagles. Saunders and Thompson are interesting, but they are B's. I like the strength for Thompson. What about Saunders? A tackle's really nice. Strength's a little bit on the lower side. I could probably just wait on someone else like Martinez or Springs if that's the route I wanted to go. I think I'm going to trade down and do exactly that. Wait for one of the others. We basically gave up like every 6th round pick in the world to make this trade happen. But we are getting a very high 3rd and high 2nd back, which is not bad, I suppose. I mean, another trade. All of this for that. We're basically just pushing a lot of stuff upwards into like the 3rd round kind of range. McDougal's there. He's more of a like nose tackle type. Martinez and Springs are there. I do like Martinez more than Springs just because he's a bit bigger, but I think Springs is probably worth it. Let's check a look at the age, though. Obviously, Springs kind of looks like more of an edge than anything, as Martinez is stronger. We're going to go Martinez, and he's hitting. Win. We now move to the 3rd round, where, I don't know, we're going to be continuing to future-proof, obviously. Maybe an offensive lineman, perhaps. Got a couple of linebackers, or not linebackers, DTs. I don't know when Vita Vea is going to go. I'm going to go Wofford here, though, I think, because I think this guy is one of those superstar wide receivers, hopefully. Oops. Hey, there it is. Hidden Dev, 97 speed, 99 excel, 99 agility. If you could change that agility with speed, that would be ridiculous, but looks like we have a superstar wide receiver. Going to be playing the number 3 spot. Maybe a future number 2. I don't know, but wide receiver is absolutely set. Oh, did I have another wide receiver? I did not. McDougal might, if he's 21, be the answer. Actually, I'm going to go Jason Jackson. All those A's can't be wrong. Look at that. If he's not hidden. There we go. With a good strength rating as well. Cooking. We could use another DT, though. Why wouldn't we? Is there a 21-year-old around here? 22. Not really. And I want 21 because I think Vita Vea is still going to be here for another year or 2. Downing could be that guy. What about Johnson? Downing Johnson. Downing does have way better strength. Linebacker wouldn't actually hurt. You know what? I don't know if I go to my next pick. We might lose them all. I'm going to go to my next pick. We don't need anyone, technically. We have no one past the 3rd round because we traded all those 6th and 7ths. Not that we needed them anyways. Oh my god. I guess I take running back because we need the future. He's not the fastest, but he's really good at power back stuff. Maybe we got ourselves another A.J. Dillon here. That was a lot of rounds to be skipping. Tons of money, so if free agency ever wants to wake up, we would be in a good spot. But let's take a look at some of the overalls of the players we have. 74, 72, 73, and then the running back, 76. Okay, not bad. Do I really care? I mean, I guess I'll take a look at Wofford just because, you know, I'm expecting him to be the superstar type. Very good jumping as well. I wish they would make the juke move better, though. Like, the juke move being that low for that speed is just, honestly, criminal. And he is superstar. I'll keep him at 85. Why not? And the rest are, like, kind of backups for now anyways. Although Martinez bad at power move, but really good at block shed. It seems more of a DT type, but 286, I don't think he's playing nose tackle for us, believe it or not. Is this year 4? Technically year 3? I don't know what year it is. I don't even know what day it is. But the team's getting better. But the overalls are still semi-low, right? Especially the center spot. Jackson's going to be sitting back up, even though he's already better than Steele. Might need to investigate that a little bit. But defensively, White is kind of regressing. Vea's definitely regressing. Winfield will regress soon, believe it or not, because isn't devved up. 28 years old, going on 29. So it'd be nice if he got to superstar, because he would last a bit longer than that. Chubb's only going to get worse. Godwin's only going to get worse. I do worry, right? I do worry a little bit that we're losing some key players at the worst time possible when this quarterback's finally starting to get to a decent overall. 10K XP for Kramer has a chance for superstar. Pretty good season. Definitely on par for... yes, he was good for us to wait. But I'm hoping he gets superstar, so I'm going to go with the 6 here. But on par for a potential bye week. I'm not saying the guaranteed, but on par for it. Vita Vea, 1 year deal. Even if he drops like 86, 85, it's worth it. I seen Murray there, but he was just kind of like a depth trade piece. And we'll 5th-year option the quarterback, and that's about it. We're definitely in the playoffs, but maybe a bye week. And we did get it. I told you there was a chance. There was a legitimate chance. Ooh, the Cowboys, they're mad. The Cowboys, they're beyond mad. They are unbelievably pissed off. Zach Wilson leading the league. That's the wrong one. Let's go to the schedule. Another kind of iffy start like usual, but just another good finish to the end. Do the Cowboys do the same? They had a lot of losses kind of in the middle. They clutched up, but we clutched more, I guess, I suppose. Either way, the bye week, whether we, how we get it, doesn't really matter. Better season than before. Just under 4,000 yards, 33 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Good touchdown to pick ratio. Chubb, the age is starting to show a little bit. Godwin, will he get to X Factor? I don't know. Wofford, not bad. Reddick, meh. Woodley, meh. Blocking, it's okay. It's not crazy. Oh, Edge was really good. 12 and 11, not bad. Interior, we don't talk about. Interceptions, only 5 on the entire year. McPherson missed 3 out of 14. One of them was blocked. Camarda was decent, also blocked. Wofford, no kick return or punt return touchdown, despite the fact that he is pretty high overall at that. Mahomes, MVP. Jalen Hurts, Offensive Player of the Year, and I don't think we're going to win any awards here. Wait. Yay, Dawson. Could be an X Factor. That'd be kind of cool. I'm actually a little surprised to see them do it. I am a little surprised. For those 2 edge rushers to actually put up some numbers. Going against the Niners here. 88 overall to their 89. Chase Young's still there, and he's an X Factor. Here it is. The divisional round. On to the championship if we win. That's all it takes. You get the bye week, and feels like you don't even have to play any games to get to the Super Bowl. And this is a really low-scoring game so far. 14-7. It is the Niners' defense. They love to hold the offenses. We are really choking here. In such a driver's seat. And, I mean, we're just choking. It's 3rd and 15, and we're running the ball. Yay! Relinquish the rights. Relinquish them now. This play kind of sucks. I think I'm going to relinquish our chances of winning. Oh my dot! That is like one of the greatest throws of all effing time. How does that even get in there? I know he's 6'9", but I gotta see this again. It was my only look. I didn't trust any other throw. Look at this thing. I mean, it's crazy. He's huge in fairness, but that is crazy. Look how big he is. I mean, you gotta take him. No way he gets to that. Holy crap, he's insane. He's actually ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Look at him next to Wofford, who's like 5'8". In some trouble. Quarterback's kind of fast. I actually can't believe how not fast he is, how tall he is. I mean, do you not just do one of these? He's ridiculous. Oh my god. Oh, I actually brought him back over. Hopefully they're not mad at me for doing it one more time. Just one more. Just one more time. That's all I don't ask for much. All right. Godwin. Overthrown. Good job, Hales. Good job. What do we got? That guy is a tall man. He catches it. It's going to be inches from the 4. Why do they have us going under center? What the hell is that decision? Wofford's got to be speedy, though. Wofford throws on. Touchdown! It's 2-point conversion time, baby. The question is, if I go for inside zone, which they don't have exactly the look I'm looking for here, will it be the guy? Oh, my. Surely. Surely. Surely! Could be going to the championship round. The 6'9" goon getting us there, potentially. 9 seconds left. Watch, insta touchdown. And we win by 1. What a battle that was. Wow. All right. 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Hales was all right, I suppose, but we kind of had to drive it down. Fumble for Chubb. The seller. Reddick cooked. Sack totals, he actually kind of limited them. And then Evan McPherson's so bad. He's so bad. Like, how is he literally the worst kicker in the game? I don't understand. He's the worst kicker I've ever had. It's like, it's just not even close. I don't know what I'm watching. Every time I see his numbers, it's just, I'm watching a full-blown choke disaster. And oh, he actually got his release up on his own. Not bad. All right, championship round, probably going to be the Cowboys. They've literally made it to every single Super Bowl. There's no way that they're going to win 4 in a row. There's no way. It's got to be us. We got to stop them. On the other side, it was the Ravens versus the Chiefs again. 7-7. Okay, nice little bounce back. We got to stop. They got to stop. We got to stop. They got to stop. We get to stop. They get to stop. 7 all at half is interesting. 10-7. Come on, offense, please. Just win the game. Is the defense really going to hold? What's the situation? It's our ball, and we're just going backwards. We just literally gave them the win. 3rd and 6. They actually might not win this. It's Hail Mary, and they're telling us to not play deep. Okay. It's Hail Mary. I don't know why it would be Hail Mary, but it is. There's no way we're going to beat the Cowboys with this little scoreline. And I didn't even try to go for the pick. I tried to swat it, and definitely one of the most strange ones I've ever seen. But you know what? We win. That's all that matters to me. We win the game 10-9. And we're headed to the Super Bowl. That is a weird one. That is a really low-scoring battle. Did Chubb fumble again? This team. Stop fumbling. Stop it. Stop it now. Stop it. Finally, someone took out the pesky Cowboys. What was the time of possession? Was it equal? Yeah, we had them by a little bit, but I don't know why I expected, because it was like a game where nobody really scored, that the time of possession was going to be different. It's 60 minutes no matter what. I don't know what I was getting at. But we do know that this is going to be the Chiefs, and we do know that I'll be devastated if we do not win this game. Can they get the revenge? Hope they can't, but let us find out after we take a look at the dev-ups, if we had any. Quarterback? Nope. Godwin finally does get to X Factor. You know what? As an 88 overall, now about to be 89, that's not the worst. You know, that actually is still pretty massive. 89 overall with a speed upgrade, that's a pretty good upgrade for a guy that's like going to only have 1 or 2 more upgrades before, you know, it's all over. Anyone else? No one on offense. Defensively, Dawson's an X Factor. Kramer doesn't even get to Superstar, though. That seems harsh. But hey, I will take anyone that goes up in Dev, even if someone else deserves to also go up in Dev and they don't. 1 to finesse. What's his finesse now? 91. He was a really surprise pick for me. And the fact that he's actually doing well already is kind of surprising as well. But we'll do our upgrades and then go up against the Kansas City Chiefs for a chance at the Super Bowl title. All right, they have us by 2 overalls, but do they have the power? Do they have the heart? Do they have the remnants of Brady and company when they beat the Chiefs by a wide margin? They don't, but they apparently have more than that, which is Patrick Mahomes just cooking us. 24-21, 27-20, 28-27. They might take the lead here, probably will take the lead. They don't get the 2-point, though. Does this quarterback have the clutch? He might. The clock is draining, though. If this clock is moving, that is crazy time waste. Okay, it's not moving. Reddick could win it. He's got height. He makes it look too easy. Everyone in Ultimate Team would have him if he was real. Every single player. They want us to go for 2. I agree, but I don't think you throw it. You just run the ball, and if you get it, you get it. You don't, you don't. And Chubb gets it. Field goal will only tie it. It will not win it. Let's see if this team can win a Super Bowl. That wide receiver made it look too easy. And he wins. We win. Too easy. Just like that, the Buccaneers are Super Bowl champions. The big man clutching up made it look so easy. I mean, it was just, I thought, the height, it really doesn't matter too much because it's like the animations are still kind of like iffy. I don't know, dude. I'm seeing some things. I'm seeing some things telling me if it's a user league and there's 6'8", 6'9", you draft them no matter when you can. The moment you can, you got to take them. Which I imagine most leagues, they're gone almost immediately because it's just, absurd. But regardless of how we got here, we did. We won. And normally, even though it's, kind of year 4, technically year 3, because year 1 doesn't really count, there's no point in doing another season. The Cowboys won 3 straight Super Bowls. We literally can't outdo them. We just can't. It's impossible. These Super Bowls after the Cowboys would feel almost meaningless because nobody would be able to compare. There's nobody that can compare. Looking at Mahomes, pretty good game. Obviously, Hales did really well too, and they actually gave him the nod. Better yards per attempt and, a little bit better completion percentage. Chubb didn't fumble the ball for once. Wow. With 2 touchdowns. Reddick crushed it with 119 yards and 2 touchdowns himself. They had a lot of touchdowns. Pass rushing. Not bad by them. And then interceptions. Nobody had a pick. Clean game from both quarterbacks. And a dub for the Buccaneers. To beat the Cowboys by 1 and then kind of technically beat the Chiefs by 1 is nothing short of a miracle. It really is. Josh Hales, 92 short, 92 medium. Deep accuracy is really bad of 79, but throw power is a 93, which I think he started at 90 or 91. 89 speed, 91 excel. I believe that's up a little bit. I know for a fact he only had 88 speed. And then what else do we have? We have Godwin, who is an 89 overall, but he's still okay. I'm still curious. 90 speed, 91 excel. Fair enough. I mean, fast enough. Could definitely get another season or 2 out of him. Nick Chubb probably isn't worth looking at. Reddick, though, the main man. 88 speed, not speed, overall. 91 speed, 88 release, 91 spec, 94 catch, 89 catch in traffic, 94 deep, 95 jump. Speed's good enough. I mean, he really is just a problem. Of course, he doesn't even have abilities on, but, you can put whatever the hell you want on him. I mean, he looks like a goon. He really does. O-line, we actually got a couple of guys to develop a little bit. Wirf's 98 overall. Let's see what he's bad at. Seemingly not a whole lot. A little bit in the run blocking, but he's fast. He's gotten almost 90 plus in everything. He's just really good. 81 overall for Woodley. Still obviously insanely young. Even went up a speed, I believe. He's still a little raw, but, this scheme doesn't really give tight ends the best chance to succeed. Kramer, had a really good year. 91 power move, 90 tackling. Speed went, or excel went up 1, I suppose. That's something. He's actually not bad at all. Dawson, surprised he's not a little bit higher of an overall, but he started off really low. 84 overall, 91 finesse, and don't ask him to go for the run game. He's just not going to do well there. But you know what? He's a good pass rusher and put up a really good season. Devin White, 88 overall. I actually thought he was going to be kind of stuck at 85, 86, but he's actually an 88. 78 block shed, 76 zone. I mean, that's better than most linebackers get, that aren't like user simmed with field general. Straight, let's see if he has field general. He does. Good block shed, almost caught up in zone coverage as well. Tackles great, pursuit's great. He's really good. He's on the way to being one of the better linebackers in the league. It's just, he's still kind of early on in his career. Looking at the free safety, Winfield, 92 overall. That's a very high overall. Still didn't get the dev up, though, which really sucks. Warmack, I mean, he was serviceable. We didn't really, get much out of him. He's not like a superstar. His zone's pretty low. But he's good enough, right? He's just good enough. Cornerbacks, actually not bad. 6'5", Randall Still. 94 man coverage, but 66 zone. Press man, he's kind of crazy, but he is also a bit slow. But, I mean, apparently he did the job. Leno, a little bit more balance for sure. 86 man, 79 zone. A little bit faster as well. Also insanely tall. You would argue that he's better because of that speed, and they're pretty much the same height anyways. Vita Vea, I guess we'll look at. He's an 89 overall. I think he starts off lower than that. And, yeah, I mean, pretty much basically what he started with. 3 plus the block shed, I think, or 2 maybe. But overall, he's basically what he starts off as, which, I mean, it is several years down the line. 84 power move for Logan Hall, which is okay. Maybe he gets replaced by the guy we drafted this season, and Martinez. And then Kalijah Kancey, 84 overall, still really young. Very good finesse move. Would love to see him actually get some sack numbers, but just didn't really get them. Anyways, though, that is pretty much going to be it for this realistic style rebuild of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If you guys enjoyed this one, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I really do appreciate continued support on the channel. Maybe follow me on Twitter, JeromepkR. Second channel, PK Plays for now, Madden content. And the next rebuild will probably be on Saturday. The next video in general will be up on Saturday, as we'll probably have Bears franchise, the offseason for Texans, and some sort of other rebuild. Anyways, though, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys come back for next video. But until next video,